Hi guys, it's James here from Sunseeker Southampton. I'm down in Ocean Village in Southampton today, just checking out stock boats we've got down here and also a couple of clients' boats. So I'm going to give you a quick tour around a Sunseeker 74 sport yacht. So I'll just twist the camera around behind me. This is boat 361 in the Sunseeker 74 sport yacht range. See, sat alongside here is a Predator 74, which is an identical boat apart from the addition of that Flybridge that we're going to see on top of the sports yacht today here. So we'll just have a walk down the pontoon first so you can get a feel for the look on the outside. This particular yacht finished in rail white exterior gel coat, and down on the waterline there, a bit hard to see here on the pontoon, there's that signature black gel coat. Boot top stripe, again typical Sunseeker. Aggressive hull windows here, loads of natural lighting downstairs. It's a really cool looking boat, hard to really get it in profile here, but you can see how imposing she is. Stood on the pontoon here next to her. It's a 3-cabin layout. There are 4 cabin options on this hull as well. Powered as standard by a pair of 1550 12V MANs, also with the option to go up to twin 1900 12Vs. Most of them built with the 1550s, and she runs around 33 knots with these engines. So it's a great all-round package. Still loads of exhilaration to drive, plenty of room for toys. So on the starboard side of the stern quarter here, that's a lift-up garage, which will take a Williams 395 jet tender, and of course a fully submersible bathing platform on the back here, which will lift 450 kilos, so ample to take a good sized 3-seater jet ski. Still very much in the realms of owner-operator size, so crew are not a requirement, but there is a, just pop this open, tucked under the back here. You have a look inside, we've got 2 single bed. It's compact, and a lot of owners just using this for storage, but if you want to run crew, to say you've got two single bunks, Miele washer dryer down there underneath the bed, and there's a small heads compartment here as well, a shower stall and what have you. So it's a handy access separate to the main guest accommodation. And also worth noting on the back here, she's got the optional beach club arrangement with a electric griddle. And then down the back here there'd be a cushion to sit on here, so it's a great place to sit if you're watching the kids playing in the water, somewhere to sit and have a croissant in the morning when the sun comes up. Coming on board, we've got a platinum Mediterranean pack, so stuck in there is a telescopic letterbox passerelle, additional cleats on the back here for your spring lines, stern docking winches either side of the cockpit, obviously aids berthing. We do the exterior first, so we've got a full teak pack throughout, so teak on the side decks and foredeck. You'll notice here these massive expansive floor to ceiling glass windows running down the extremities. Imagine this being a private area in port. We've got great seating and sunbathing area, so cushions aren't out today. So I'll just come round so you get a feel for what the space offered is fantastic. We've got lift up backrests here on these sun pad cushions, and then behind it storage lockers here, and then twin stainless steel pull out drawer refrigeration. And this whole seating area has a lift up. Behind that back seat cushion there is a pram hood style bimini to give sun protection for those that want a bit of shade. So it's a great area to come away from the bustle of what goes on the quayside behind. There's a couple of deck sole sockets for parasols up here as well, so stored down in the engine room we've got a nice dedicated circular parasol. We come back down here, we'll go up top and take a look at the Flybridge. So immediately you'll notice we've got nice easy access teak stair treads, easy to come down forwards or backwards if you're carrying plates and what have you. You have to excuse the Helm and co-pilot seats currently removed as we're changing some upholstery, but if you imagine yourself stood up at the helm here, we've got 2 12-inch Simrad displays. Just pop the covers off so you can see the size of those. And then we've got Sunseeker's monitoring CM8 gauge. You'll see that downstairs. And then we've got a rudder angle indicator across here, an autopilot control, remote control spotlight, trim tabs, of course, throttle controls, and over here our thruster system. From the helm itself, you stand looking down over the side of the port side of the yacht here, so visibility is great. And also if you imagine looking down through the stairwell there, you can just about see the bathing platform. So manoeuvrability wise, Very straightforward to run this yacht with 2 people, so one as a helm, one as a crew. It's very much an owner-operator prospect for those that don't want to run with a captain. Across on the starboard side, it's currently set up in sunpad configuration, which is a factory option. This is a table, so we just come down here, you can see the teak top, adjustable in height, so obviously it can be a seating or a sunpad. And then a fixed station seating area behind, with the addition of a corner wet bar unit. So in here we've got, as is fairly typical with other Sunseeker models, we've got a griddle, a sink with hot and cold running water, and a good sized top loading cool box in there as well. Just looking up on the radar arch, 64 nautical mile Simrad radar there, open array, as part of the premium package. And then we've got sensors for things like antennas for the telly, and then GPS, what have you. Bimini top here, currently in the stowed position behind that black canvas sock, and that's a hydraulic pram hood style, so push a button and it, having taken the cover off, that folds out over the helm, gives you full sun protection up the top here without having to manhandle anything too heavy. Coming back down the steps, as you see, I just did that forward, so very easy access. We've got the option here in the cockpit to fit a third station control here. We don't fit them as standard from the factory, purely as there's so many wireless remote options on the market these days as well. A lot of owners choose to opt for a yacht controller or a dockmate, one of those joystick control systems. Starboard side of the yacht here, so massive opening table, so the top will actually lift out and then it slides across. I'll demonstrate the same principle on the saloon table in a sec, but it just gives you this massive entertaining area. This seat cushion here can be removed, which then obviously gives access to the side deck if you're not going to want to walk down on the platform and back up. There are steps off the bathing platform up both sides of the yacht, and of course this massive expanse, currently hidden under the acrylic covers, but we've got this big sun pad on the back, so you can imagine it's a very social area. I'll just stand back here, you'll be able to appreciate just how much seating is afforded. As with many of our yachts these days, we have this converting saloon window and door arrangement. So the patio door slides back, and then with a push of a button, we have a retraction here on the window and door, and that now converts the boat. So once upon a time you would have had a fixed patio door structure, and very much a case of inside and outside living on board. This now gives the full benefit at the push of a button to drop it into the deck below, and we've then got this massive expanse of interior to the saloon and also the aft cockpit. It's a great feature seen on some of our smaller Predator range, been hugely popular. And if I stand back now, just fully appreciate how much space we've incorporated into one deck level. Obviously easy to bring back up, and then you can stick the air conditioning on, and you've got that lovely seating area inside, somewhere cool to sit out of the sunshine. So coming inside, we've got an upgrade on the floor here. So this is a silver oak Cadorin wood floor, and then the wood finish on the cabinetry here is again the silver oak with a nice metallic sprayed sort of a gunmetal grey finish on the doors. Lots of different options of these. It's very bespoke. This is a very modern contemporary feel in here, but if you wanted to do something more classic, we could do a walnut or a Venge finish or something very much more classic. If we come through, see the table I referred to outside, so this is currently in its sort of coffee table arrangement, and all we do is just lift this across and slide it into place, and we've now got the benefit of a full-size dining table. Again, room inside here if you want to put a couple of director's chairs for additional seating if it's a fine dining evening. And opposite here on the port side, there's a 55-inch TV sitting in a high-low storage compartment here at the back behind the window. And then in the cupboards here, we've got storage and AV here on the end. It's a high-spec boat. There's a Sonos soundbar up in the middle here, and then round the back, so we've got fill-in speakers in the ceiling. There's a subwoofer, Apple TV, and then outside here in the cockpit, up in the ceiling here, so we've got Sonos Extreme speakers. So there's 4 of them up here in the cockpit. We've got the addition on the bow as well of a full AV system, and up on the Flybridge another 4 speakers. So very well spec'd. There's a PepWave onboard 4G router as well, so that gives you seamless connectivity to the internet. Needs a couple of data cards, and it just switches between the strongest signal to give you Wi-Fi whilst you're on board. Just buy a data card for sort of €30 a month. Lots of interior styling upgrades in this particular yacht. So we've got lovely things like these smoked mirrored panels. There's some upgrade finishes on things like these beautiful Roman blinds. Electric upgrade, so these are drop down push button blinds on the windows here, and also the same in the master cabin. And then if we come forward, we've got this is our internal helm. So beautiful Bezanzoni leather Helm and co-pilot seats. So it's like a dark grey, almost an avocado colour on those. And we come across and sit at the helm just to appreciate. We have a mesh protective cover on the windscreen at the moment, so not as much natural light coming in as there would be normally. But you've got a great panoramic view, so you can see all around from the lower helm. And this is, to say, all identical to what you would get also in a Predator configuration if you didn't want the outside flybridge. We've got the addition up top here of an electric opening sunroof. Doesn't retract all the way, but it just gives a small opportunity to let some ventilation in from outside. And coming back to our helm here, so we've got Simrad premium pack. So these are 16-inch multifunction Simrad displays, sort of a mini glass bridge type setup. We've got radar, say as we mentioned earlier, chart plotter, AIS, DSC VHF. This obviously the speed and depth and everything else that you'd expect on a yacht of this size. It's all falling really nicely to hand. Right in front of me here, I say tilt steering so we can get nice and comfortable. Again, Sunseeker signatures. Logo there in the wheel. Nice array of switches to control delay on my wipers, with screen washes, light systems and what have you. Of course that's linked into here. This is Sunseeker's Cma Monitoring Panel. This is our proprietary own brand CAN bus system, which gives us control of pump systems, lights, alarms, tankage and what have you, so it's very easy to go through menus and give us different controls depending on what you're looking for. Sleipner hydraulic fin stabilisation as well, so the boat runs vector fins. They're just over 1 metre long curved fins. That gives 0 speed stability control, and also whilst up and running. Boat of this size, you're looking at a weight of about 47 tonnes. So it's a pretty big lump when she's up and running, and it's really nice. The fin stabilisation dials out the majority of the roll from side to side. If you're in an awkward sort of 3/4 sea, or sat at anchor and the jet skis and what have you are bombing around, it's a really nice addition, critical really on anything of this sort of size that we build today. Just coming across here on the starboard side of the wheel, so we've got obviously proprietary fly-by-wire throttles here, so everything's really easy to use. And then we've got electric bow and stern proportional thrusters here, again with the typical Sleipner function hold there to allow them to lock onto a pontoon or a fuel dock. If you're running short-handed, it's a really nice feature just to give you a bit more time to do your ropes. Next to the helm here, I've got a side access door, so whether that's a crew door or for the captain, just allows access out if you're running med style with a fore and aft mooring. Very easy, straightforward access up to the foredeck, and it's a nice place just as a captain to stick your head out when you're coming alongside. I won't open it up now, but you just see through the window how easy it is to then get the viz over the side of the yacht. Obviously the helm on the flybridge is on the port side, so you've got an option then coming into berth either side if you need if you've got a really tight berth and you need to really be aware of your surroundings. If we head on down, we've got a lower galley configuration here. So there are a couple of different layouts on this yacht. We'll just talk you through. So you're greeted at the bottom of the stairs with this lovely L-shaped corner galley with all that space up top really on a Predator and Sport Yacht style to allow entertainment. So galley's tucked out of the way, and we've got all the typical trimmings you'd expect on a Sunseeker this size with bespoke crockery. There's an upgrade to the galley pack, so there's a slimline dishwasher, Miele convection oven here, 4-burner electric top, and then things of course like our bespoke Royal Dalton crockery, got storage lockers. This one in the middle here is an extractor fan for the galley, bin in the corner for storage, and then loads of cupboard storage for provisions and what have you. There's a little bit more storage under the floor, and then coming back here, great size for say staying away on the boat for a few days at a time. Refrigeration's very good, as well as dry storage. So fridge upgrade, so we've got this lovely stainless steel fridge on top, and then just take the catches off this, and these are pull-out refrigeration drawers, of which we have 2. So whether you're running as a cruise yacht with a steward on board, or as an owner-operator, say great facilities here in the Galley area. And then this particular yacht, so standard spec here, this would be a walk-in wardrobe for the VIP guest cabin forward. And you have a bulkhead that comes around here with a door accessed in from the VIP that we'll go and do in a minute. We've elected on this one to go with the lower deck dinette. So you'll see we've got this nice seating area, quiet area opposite the galley, say somewhere to sit and chill out if you want to engage with those who are in the kitchen. And then you've got a nice size 32-inch telly sat up on the bulkhead there, again with AV systems as a soundbar and what have you. Coming forward, so we've got 3 cabin layout on here at the moment. Say with an island double here, this is the VIP guest cabin, if you like. Big glass windows either side of the hull, and then of course top level locker boxes for storage. We've got a good size wardrobe. They're packing in every possible space, bits of storage. We've got drawers under the bed. And then nice little details tucked behind the cushions there. You'll see nice little stainless steel inlays on the headboard panels. Cushions are very neutral. If I come around here just to show you the scatter cushions and what have you, you could do something dressy if you want to jazz it up a bit, but I think it's a very tastefully done interior as she is now. This is kind of like an aqua green finish on the bed covers. These are just a cosmetic cover if you're not setting them up as mattress duvets and what have you. An exterior upholstery is a Silvertex fabric. Here you can see a sort of grained wax backing in there to protect the water absorbency. And we've got a 40-inch telly up on the bulkhead there. Again, AV system in here with DVD player and Bluetooth connectivity and what have you. Great size shower compartment, so separate shower with a soaker shower and what have you. And it's a Minerva upgrade on the stone throughout. So you see this lovely veining through the floors and the bulkheads. And up on the splashbacks there for the basin as well. Electric towel rails here and also in the master being selected. Feels very bright and airy in here, I have to say. Things like these lovely stainless steel detailing in the doors. And I don't normally show under the floors, but just while we're here, show that really we're finished as well underneath as we are on the cosmetics on top. But you can see pump systems here. I'll just bring the camera down. See how neatly everything's clipped up. These are sump boxes for showers, air conditioning pumps. We've got a black waste tank tucked down here. There's a hot water tank there for the showers and what have you. You see sensors and what have you plumbed into the overboard discharges. So it's all very, very neat and tidy. Of course, we'll see a little more when we go down to the engine bay in a bit. So moving across, so this is the starboard twin cabin. So these beds are currently set up in twin configuration, and then this inboard berth is on an electric sliding mechanism. Will come across to give you an ad hoc double bed. So if you're going to run for charter and you want the versatility of having kids on board or couples, it's a very versatile cabin in here. Again, still feeling nice, bright and airy, even with a yacht alongside us now. We've got that big hull window, and then we've got, again, practical touches with a good sized wardrobe, storage drawers under the bed. 22-inch telly up on the bulkhead there, again with a DVD and Bluetooth system in here. Of course, everybody's got their independent air conditioning, climate control panels as such. So just going back to this dinette area, the other option here is also to make this into a bunk bed cabin. So we can incorporate a 4th cabin into here if you so wish. The majority of these are built as a 3-cabin yacht, as you see here. And whilst it's nice to have the extra walk-in wardrobe for the VIP, unless you've got 2 sort of joint owner couples on the boat, really the majority of owners would go with this layout you see here in front of us. There's a nice glass fronted wine cooler here as you come down the stairs. Good sized cupboard behind it, again provision storage. Detailing as you come on the upstands of the stairs. This is that smoke glass that we saw a couple of feature panels around the boat with that. You have to excuse the LED lighting in here is playing up slightly on the camera screen, I can see. Now we come down into what is then the master suite. So this is midships on the boat, and we've got these beautiful glass windows both sides, so massive amount of natural light in here. Of course, with the advent of LED technology over the last few years, these lovely feature LED panels in the roof. It's all dimmable as well on the options list. as it can be a little harsh at night, but we can soften it up in here, no problem at all. We've got a 1.8 metre wide, good sized bed here, of course plenty of room to walk around. Nice breakfast table with two tub chairs here as well. Still the practical touches of things like storage drawers here. Across on the other side we've got a vanity station with a place to store jewellery and what have you. There's a safe in the wardrobe. These are all storage cupboards, so very nicely finished inside. Little stool there for the vanity. So we've got a ensuite master bathroom. So as mentioned before, there's an electric towel rail in here as well, vacuum flush toilet. Upgrade on that Minerva stone as well. So it's very nice finish in here. And if I just come around behind the door, you can see that giant shower stall. It's absolutely huge in there. Coming back into the master itself, up on the bulkhead there again, Sonos soundbar, 40-inch telly. So same spec throughout pretty much. And then across here, you have to exclude lots of bits and pieces in here, but this is a walk-in wardrobe. Obviously got full height hanging locker at the back there, and then these are storage drawers as well. So if you're living away from the boat, flying down, you keep the boat in the Med, and you're flying down from the UK, you've got all the space to leave your gear on board and fly hand luggage only, just to ease your transit time through the airports. So we'll come back up to the saloon, and we'll take a look around the engine bay. So access through the cockpit floor here. Just going to stick my shoes back on. So there's a good size ladder you'll see here on the forward end. Very easy to climb down. And once in here you'll see the sheer size of these 12V MAN engines. And we're running on what we call a V drive. So we've got the engines at the back, and then we run through a jack shaft, which is this white prop shaft here. Gearbox then is at the front underneath all of this power pack, and then we go down through the shaft underneath. So it's a very compact system, rather than having typically an engine at the front, then a gearbox, then a shaft, and it just allows us to get the weight a bit further forward in the boat, and it gives that space in the back for the crew cabin and the garage and what have you. So just having a look around in here, we've got hydraulic power packs for things like the stabilisation, the passerelle, fire suppression systems over here, obviously things like electronics. Just open it up so you can see how nicely everything is labelled up on independent breakers. Controls for engine resets and what have you, lots of chargers. If you're into your bling, you can change these rocker box covers for chrome. They look awesome if you're into your engine rooms. You've got a single generator in here, which is 27 kilowatts, tucked down here. So we've got a sort of separate void off behind the engines. So generator sits outboard on the starboard side of the boat, and then around there you've got easy access for things like servicing, rudders and autopilot system and what have you. So it's very bright and airy in here. You can see again with the LED lighting and what have you, just how easy it is to work on. There's plenty of space, even looking outboard of the engines here, just how much space you've got to work around. Boat's prepared for a water maker. Doesn't have one fitted at the moment, but it's an easy retrofit without having to lift the boat, if you're going to go to a part of the world where that's a handy addition to take. As you see, that's the parasol and the storage bag there. So just climb back up the ladder and shut the hatch. So our starting price on here is about 2.265 million with the 1550 engines, and as here she's just over 2.7 million ex tax. So we're looking about 16% extras on here. It's a typical spec for one of these, not too crazy, but very tastefully finished. And everything really, apart from a safety kit, maybe satellite TV depending on where you do your boating and whether it's needed, and of course a tender, perhaps some toys. Really everything that you need is on board already. So it's she's available now here in Southampton. We would just need to carry out PDI and testing of systems, and she could either be ready to use here in the UK. As you can see here, fits nicely on a berth here at Ocean Village, or if you so wish, onward shipping. There's regular ships now down to the Mediterranean. As soon as lockdown's eased, we believe the Mediterranean season will return again, and onward shipping to somewhere like Genoa or Parma is no problem at all here from Southampton. I'll just walk you past so you can see the direct comparison from the externals without the hardtop. So this is a Predator version of the same boat. And you just try and get a side profile of her a little bit easier with some more pontoon space here. This particular one finished with a black hull, and I'll cover that in another video at some point. So say this yacht's available now. If you'd like any further information on her specifically or anything else in the range, say my name is James from Sunseeker Southampton. Mobile is +44 7747 686 587, or drop me an email to james@sunseekersouthampton.com. We can discuss this one or anything else in the range that might suit your needs better. Look forward to hearing from you.